My name is Mike Whittle, and I lost 106 pounds in 9 months. And I'm going to tell you how I did it. First of all, I gained a lot of weight. I gained so much weight, and I was eating any and everything except pork. I tried to stay away from pork. I did a good job staying away from pork. And also stop eating breakfast. I gave up breakfast a long time ago, so giving that up wasn't hard. But listen, I had to change everything I was doing so that I could change the way I was feeling, change the way I saw myself, change the way I was acting. Listen, I had to change everything. But it all started when I changed my menu. I started changing what I was eating. It started a little at a time. Like I said, first I gained all this weight because I couldn't walk. I tore both my ACLs trying to intercede in an altercation between a mother and her son. And he pushed me. I spent, popped my ACLs, and couldn't walk. I was off my feet for 14 months, and I told all my friends, I'm going to do the electric slide again. I was told I would never walk again without surgery, but didn't want to get cut, and I didn't want medications. I don't trust doctors. I don't trust none of that. So I knew I had to do something. I gained a lot of weight and also started having health problems, high blood, high cholesterol, swollen ankles. When I took my socks off, I had a line around my leg, looked like somebody screwed my leg on. My neck had got real big. I was overweight. I couldn't bend over. When I tried to tie my shoe, I would cut my wind off. I couldn't reach the floor if I dropped a dime. Hey, somebody else could have it. I couldn't get down there. So I was struggling. Plus, I couldn't walk. I wanted to walk. So I knew if I was going to walk, I would have to take a lot of weight off my body to take that pressure off my knees. So after being disgusted with the way I look, always turning from my reflection, I gave up window shopping because if I saw my reflection, I didn't like what I saw. Got tired of feeling bad about it. I wanted somebody to help me. I tried to do it before, but really just was inconsistent. And I wasn't new to vegetarianism, wasn't new to juicing, ain't new to fasting, all the stuff I'd done before. This time I needed to do it for health's sake. Uh, Also had problems with erectile dysfunction, acid reflux, itchy toes, all kind of stuff, gas, indigestion, all kind of stuff like that. I was messed up. So I knew I had to do something about it. Got tired of making excuses, tired of justifying, tired of putting it off, knowing that if anything was going to happen, it would be up to me. No doctor could solve my problem, no nutritionist, no dietitian, nobody could solve my problem. I started thinking about what Dr. Africa had said to me one time. I was talking to Dr. Layla Africa, and he said, Mike, if you never read another book again, you'll be all right. If you just do what you already know from all the books you already read, you will be fine. So I thought about the books I read, like his book, African Holistic Health. I thought about Jethro Kloss's book, Back to Eden. I thought about books I read about health and food and how to eat and vegetarianism, vegetables, fruits. Read books on botany. Read Nutricide by Dr. Africa. I listened to a lot of lectures by Dr. Sabi, and also studied a guy by the name of Professor Arnold Ehret, who cured a lot of diseases with fruits, vegetables, and fasting. So, and Queen Afua of New York, who healed a lot of people and helped people heal themselves. In fact, I echo her battle cry, heal thyself, because no doctor is going to heal you. No medication is going to heal you. You have to take your health into your hands because the absolute power belongs to you, and only you can do something about it. And this is what I was understanding about my condition. Nothing was going to change unless I changed it. So I decided to pull all the information together that I found and that I read about, and started applying it to myself and putting it together in a program. And I started juicing certain fruits and vegetables, and each week I was pushing back certain foods that I was eating, such as beef. Following week might be like, I'm going to push back, make sure I don't eat no steak, no lamb, nothing like that. And then weeks later, I got it pushing chicken back. The last thing I wound up eating was fish. And that was like 4 months into what I started, because I arrived in Atlanta on September the 28th. And my cousin looked down at my ankles, Patty, shout out to Patty Whittle, looked down at my ankles and said, Michael, look at your ankles. And I felt so embarrassed and so ashamed of myself because I know better. That's another thing. I know better. So going back to that day, September the 29th, October the 1st, 2021, I bought a juicer and a scale. I stepped on that scale and I weighed 286 pounds. And I wrote it down. And every day I would write down my weight. And that motivated me to keep going. And when I seen that weight going down, I knew to keep doing whatever I was doing. Juicing, less food, smaller meals, drinking water at night. Even though I had to get up and use the bathroom a lot, I was drinking water at night, but finding that in the morning I lost 1 to 1.3 pounds, So I was doing stuff like that. And I sacrificed sleep because I was getting what I wanted. So, I'm writing down the weight every day, I'm giving up the pizza, giving up the chicken. I struggle with pizza. I love pizza, man. So finally got rid of all that stuff, man. I noticed the weight fall off. And like I said, I wouldn't look at my reflection. 5 months into this, my cousin Patty, I was at her house and she asked me, have I seen myself lately? And I told her no, I hadn't because I wouldn't look at the mirror. And she asked me to look in the mirror and I did. And I saw this bone right here and I started crying. I started crying because I hadn't seen it in a while. And man, I knew I was on to something. So I continued. Then one day, I woke up and my soldier saluted. And I was glad to see him. He was glad to see me. I hadn't seen him in a while. He hadn't saluted me in a while. So I was happy to see him. But then the next day, there was no salute. So I was kind of disappointed. But I knew to keep going, keep juicing, keep drinking, keep cutting back on the food, smaller meals, drink more water. I was doing stuff like that, man. The weight was coming off. And after 9 months, I went from 286 pounds down to 180 pounds. I lost 106 pounds in 9 months. And now I live on fruits and vegetables. Every now and then I'll try vegan stuff just to see what it's like because I work in a health food store, as they would call it, But I beg to differ, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm going to bring you on my channel, Restore Me. I'm going to tell you about the fruits and vegetables that I use. I'm going to tell you about juice recipes to help burn fat, to lower your blood pressure. I'm going to tell you about plants that heal, plants from different parts of the earth. I found nice plants in Nigeria. There's some great plants here in America. Right in Wilmington, Delaware, there's some plants around that people walk past and don't know that they have healing properties, So that's the stuff I want to talk about on my channel. That's the stuff I want to share with people because I want everybody to be healthy. So when it comes to detox, when it comes to weight loss, when it comes to regeneration, check me out. We're going to talk about stuff like that. Once again, Mike Whittle on Facebook, Mike Make a Meal on Instagram. Check me out. I got some good information for y'all. Stay up, stay on it like you want it, and watch something happen.